Good morning and welcome to Williams Dog Training Company. We're here today with Fred and Bowditch, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today is Bowditch's ability to understand and respond to his obedience commands, the corrections and motivations that we use while we're working with him, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot training leash, and he's going to keep the bulk of that leash folded neatly in his right hand, leaving his left hand free to give the correction. And the correction that we provide is the tug and release on the training collar, which is the second piece of equipment that we're using. You'll notice that Fred keeps that collar high up on his neck, right behind his ears for maximum control. And we will show you how to properly put that collar on and use it during your one-on-one lesson. The boat is sitting very nicely on Fred's left-hand side, and that's where all of our obedience training takes place. The first command that they're going to demonstrate for you is heeling, and heeling is proper walking on a leash. Fred and Bowditch take off doing that now, and the command that you're going to give is heel bow, and you're going to start walking, and he should heel in line appropriately right there on your left-hand side. What this means is he should be keeping pace with you whether you're walking at a faster pace or slower pace, and he should not be lagging behind or lunging ahead and pulling on that leash. We've also gone ahead and incorporated an automatic sit. There's an example right there into your heeling exercise. This means anytime you're out walking with Bowditch and you stop walking, he should sit appropriately right there at your left heel position. And you'll see those automatic sits throughout the video here. Now the next command they're going to demonstrate is the stay command, and it's a hand and voice command. Use the open flat of your left palm right in front of his muzzle, the one-word command to stay, and then walk out to the end of your leash. And Bowditch should remain seated in this position and should not break. Now your long sit stay is a command that you're going to want to practice often at home to help build up his ability to sit and stay for longer periods of time. When you first start practicing with him, start at about 30 seconds. And upon his continued success, you'll increase your intervals, working up to a total of 3 minutes for your long sit stay. When Fred returns back, you notice he walks all the way around behind in a counterclockwise motion, returning to heel position so that Bowditch is once again directly on his left-hand side. And now they're going to demonstrate their heel sit and stay for you again. Every now and then you will notice that Fred will give him a little pet on the head or tell him good boy. He's using lots of positive reinforcement, whether it's verbal praise or physical praise, to keep him motivated and make it fun to work him through his commands. So Fred leaves him in another sit stay and walks out to the end of the training leash. He's going to give Bo a moment to hold and practice his sit stay, and they're going to now demonstrate the recall or the come on command. You're going to call Bowditch in using his name in a friendly tone. He should then get up and come in and sit directly in front of you. He then returns to heel position using an exercise called the finish. He walks around the right side of you, around the back of you, returning to your left-hand side and sitting nicely. And they'll demonstrate that again. Leave him in a sit stay out to the end of your leash. Call him in using his name. When he comes in, it is important to make sure he sits. This is good practice to prevent him from jumping up on yourself and your guests when greeting. And around the right side, around the back, returning to your left-hand side, sitting nicely. Very well done. Again, that automatic sit. Fred stops, Bowditch sits right away. Now if any time he does not follow through with his commands, you'll tell him no in a nice firm voice, provide a tug and release on that correction collar, and repeat your command. The next command that they're going to demonstrate for you is the first of our down commands, and it's down from a heel position. You're going to use the open flat of your left palm again, but this time straight down towards the ground, and the one-word command to down. And then before you walk out to the end of the training leash, once again, give that stay command. And with the long down stay, Bo should remain laying down in this position and should not break. And you're going to want to practice this command frequently to help build up the ability to down stay for longer periods. And again, start at around 30 seconds, and upon his success, you'll increase your intervals, working up to a total of 5 minutes for your long down stay. 3 minutes for your long sit stay, 5 minutes for your long down stay. Fred returns back, again all the way around, behind. Bowditch directly on his left-hand side once again. He heels him out of it, and they will demonstrate that again. This is a good time to remind you that although you'll be incorporating all of your commands into your everyday activities and schedules and incorporating them throughout your day, you want to make sure that you're setting aside about 10 to 15 minutes every day to work Bowditch through his commands in a formal obedience training session. It's great practice for the both of you and will help greatly with the transition back into the house and incorporating your commands. So Fred once again leaves him in a down stay. We'll give him a moment to hold it, and then they'll demonstrate that recall command from the down position where he gets up to come in. Sits nicely, very well done. And around the back to the left hand side, sitting nicely. Good boy, Bowditch. And Fred and Bo do have one last command to demonstrate that they're healing into position for, and that is the second of the down commands, and that's the down from a distance this time. For this command, leave Bowditch in a sit-stay. Walk out to the end of the training leash. And from the end of the leash, you're going to use your right hand to give Bo the down command, where he should then drop into a down directly where he is sitting. Very well done. Now what Fred and Bowditch are going to be demonstrating is a small example of our advanced off-leash training, and this is just the very beginnings, the intermediate stages, where Fred drops the leash and slowly increases his distance between himself and Bo. As you notice, we do leave the leash attached, just in case. And this is something that we just started at the end of his training. This is something that if you are very consistent and diligent with his on-leash training, you'll eventually be able to work off to working towards some more advanced off-leash training. We've demonstrated for you today all the obedience commands that Bo has learned here at school. It's been a pleasure working with Bo. We ask that you do keep us posted on his progress and let us know how he's doing back at home. And thank you again for choosing Williams Dog Training Company as your personal dog trainer.